حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح.
In the 9th century, the Islamic world was the intellectual heartbeat of civilization. While much of Europe remained in shadow, from Cordoba to Baghdad, cities glittered with libraries, hospitals, and debate. Every library you have ever entered, every degree ever conferred, every scholar who ever stood before students and said, "Listen," all of it traces a line, if you follow it long enough, back to one woman. A woman history almost forgot. A woman who turned grief into architecture, and architecture into civilization. Fez, founded in 808 CE, was young and ambitious, a city of immigrants, traders, and dreamers. Among those who arrived were families from Kairouan, in what is now Tunisia. Educated, devout, and entrepreneurial, they brought with them not just goods, but ideas. Kairouan, a city of scholars, merchants, and argument. In the early 9th century, it was one of the most sophisticated urban centers on the planet. And here, around the year 800 CE, a girl named Fatima was born into a family that understood something most of the world did not: that a mind, regardless of the body it inhabits, is a gift that deserves to be filled. Her father, Fatima al-Fihri, was a prosperous merchant of the Qurayshi tribe. He was devout, learned, and possessed of a belief rare in any age, that his daughters deserved the same education as any son. He taught them to read, to recite, to reason. He taught them Arabic grammar and Quranic interpretation, mathematics, and the traditions of the faith. He taught them, above all, that knowledge was not a luxury, it was an obligation. Who was Fatima? Her full name and lineage. Her full name was Fatima bint Muhammad al-Fihri al-Qurashiyya. Al-Fihri refers to the Banu Fihri clan. Al-Qurashiyya traces her lineage to the Quraysh tribe of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. She was likely born between 800 to 810 CE, and her sister Maryam would later build the Mosque of the Andalusians in Fez, the two sisters together reshaping the spiritual architecture of a city. Fatima is sometimes honored with the title al-Banin, mother of children, a term of deep communal esteem. The historical record does not give us Fatima's words. No diary survives. No portrait was painted. But the accounts that remain, filtered through the chronicles of al-Ghaznawi and later historians, sketch a character of unusual clarity. She was brilliant in a world that rewarded brilliance, and stubborn in the way that only those who are completely certain of their purpose can be. She prayed with intensity. She fasted voluntarily. She gave generously and quietly, and without expectation of recognition. In an age of public piety and public performance, she was private in her virtue, which made it, paradoxically, all the more documented. When political unrest swept Kairouan in the early 9th century, Muhammad al-Fihri made the decision many educated families made. He moved. He brought his household, including Fatima and Maryam, west across the Maghreb to the young, promising city of Fez, founded just decades earlier by Idris II. The city was filling with Andalusian and Kairouani immigrants, each community bringing its own traditions, its own ambitions, its own hunger to build something permanent in a world of impermanence. To understand Fatima, you must first understand the world she moved through. The 9th century Islamic world was, by the standards of its time, remarkably open to female participation in religious and intellectual life. Islam's own founding history included women of enormous influence. Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu anha, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam first wife and first believer, was a businesswoman of wealth and agency. Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha, his sallallahu alaihi wasallam later wife, became one of the most cited authorities in Islamic jurisprudence. The faith had, from its beginning, made space for women to know and to teach. And yet, space is not the same as equality. Women in Fatima's world could own property, and she did. They could inherit, and she did. They could endow charitable institutions, and she would. But they could not hold formal positions of religious or civic authority. Their scholarship, however profound, was typically transmitted through the men who credited them. History, as it is so often written by those in power, remembered the men who passed on the knowledge and forgot the women who first possessed it. Fatima found her own way around this wall. She did not demand a seat at the table. She built the table itself. And then, everything began to fall apart. First, her father died, leaving his estate to his daughters. Then Fatima's husband died. Then her brother. In the space of a few years, the architecture of her personal world collapsed entirely. She was a widow, without children, in a foreign city. She had inherited significant wealth. She had no one to spend it on but the world. Her faith was not decorative. It was structural, the load-bearing wall of everything she did. In Islam, the pursuit of knowledge is not merely encouraged, it is commanded. Fatima had been raised on this text. She believed it completely. And so when she found herself with wealth and without dependence, she did not ask what she wanted. She asked what God required. The answer, for her, was obvious. A place where seeking could happen. A place that would outlast her body, her name, her century. Grief, in the Islamic tradition, is not an interruption of life, it is part of it. Indeed we belong to God, and indeed to Him we shall return. Fatima prayed her grief. She wept it. She sat with it in the long dark hours before the Fajr call. And then she got up, and she decided what to do with what remained. She chose a site in the Kairouan quarter named for the Kairouani immigrants who had settled there, her own people. She declared her entire inheritance a waqf, an Islamic charitable endowment, a legal mechanism that placed property beyond private ownership and into perpetual public service. No one could buy it. No ruler could seize it. No heir could reclaim it. What she gave was given forever. And then she made her vow. She would fast no morning meal until the last stone of the building was in place. Fatima did not simply donate money and step aside. Every account agrees, she was present. She chose the site personally, walking it herself to feel the earth and the light. She selected the architects. She reviewed the plans. She determined that the building would face Mecca precisely, that its acoustics would carry a recitation the full length of the prayer hall, that its courtyard would hold a fountain, because sound, the sound of water beneath the sound of learning, was itself a kind of teaching. original structure was modest, a small mosque for the Kairouani community. But Fatima's endowment funded continuous expansion. By the reign of the Almoravids in the 11th century, it had grown to hold 22 aisles. The famous carved plaster mihrab, the soaring green-tiled rooftop, the horseshoe arches, the central courtyard with its marble fountain all bear the cumulative craft of generations, but the intention behind them was hers. She specified the Qibla orientation herself. She is said to have personally approved the prayer niche. The building is a physical argument that beauty and learning are not separate things. What Fatima created was not simply a mosque, though it was that, and a magnificent one. It was the first institution in human history to offer what we would now recognize as a university education, structured courses, a permanent faculty, a system of credentials, and crucially, a physical place dedicated permanently to the transmission of knowledge across generations. The Egyptian polymath Al-Azhar, often cited as a rival claimant, was founded 112 years later in 970 CE. Bologna, the first European university, in 1088. Oxford, around 1096. All of them descendants, directly or in spirit, of what one woman built in Fez. The curriculum at Al-Qarawiyyin was extraordinary in its breadth. Grammar, rhetoric, and poetry. Quranic recitation and Islamic jurisprudence. Logic and philosophy. Astronomy and mathematics. History and geography. The institution attracted not only Muslim scholars but Jewish and Christian thinkers seeking access to a world of knowledge that existed nowhere else in such concentration. It was, by any honest reckoning, the most sophisticated center of learning on the planet for several centuries. Ibn Khaldun, 1332 to 1406, founder of sociology and historiography, studied and lectured there. Leo Africanus, the explorer whose geographical writings defined European understanding of Africa, educated within its walls. Gerbert of Aurillac, who later became Pope Sylvester II and introduced Arabic numerals to Europe, is believed by some historians to have studied in the Fez region. Ibn Rushd, Averroes, worked within the scholarly tradition it anchored. Maimonides, the great Jewish philosopher, lived in Fez and engaged with its intellectual world. After the mosque was complete, Fatima reportedly prayed her first post-fast meal inside it, a simple, private act of gratitude. And then she stepped back. She did not seek a title. She did not demand her name be carved above the door. She continued to live simply, to give quietly, to pray in the building that would outlast everything she had ever known. She died around 880 CE, aged approximately 80 years. She was buried in Fez. Her grave exists still. The forgetting of Fatima al-Fihri is not accidental, it is the shape that power takes in the writing of history. For centuries, the Western scholarly tradition simply did not look toward Fez for the origins of the university. The narrative that served European institutions, that the university was a European invention, a product of medieval Christendom, was too useful to examine. And within the Islamic world itself, the chroniclers who recorded her story were not widely translated, not widely read outside the Maghreb. She slipped through the cracks between civilizations. In 2017, Forbes named Fatima al-Fihri the most powerful woman in the history of the Arab world. UNESCO has formally recognized Al-Qarawiyyin as the world's oldest continuously operating university. The Guinness World Records concurs. Her name has begun slowly, imperfectly, but genuinely to enter the global conversation about who built civilization and how. She was born into a world that did not build places for women to think in. So she built one for everyone. She was handed grief and converted it through faith, through will, through the precise placement of 10,000 tiles into a door that has never been closed. Every university on Earth carries, somewhere in its DNA, the idea that Fatima al-Fihri made real, that knowledge is not a privilege to be rationed by birth or gender or wealth. That a place can be held sacred not for what it worships, but for what it asks. That questions, given a home, can outlive empires. She did not sign her work. She did not need to. The building signed it for her in stone, in cedar, in 10 centuries of open doors, and it is still signing, right now, in this moment, as you watch.